reason why we actually put up this podcast is because most interviews, podcasts, or probably talk show, they really focus on the A-list artists from Africa and all over.
Yeah.
But all they focus on is the A-list artists. But they fail to realize that there are some people who has actually done the background work
Yeah.
for this elite
To
artists to
make
now
them
come in.
A-list. Yeah.
Exactly. For them to, for the so-called Afrobeats to be well known in the UK right now.
Yeah.
Some people have actually done that background job
Yeah.
to spread this gospel of Afrobeat
Yeah.
before the A-list artists now start coming, doing shows and all these things.
Yeah.
And if we talk about those eras, you are one. You are someone who has actually you've been much active in
Yeah.
spreading this gospel of Afrobeat.
Yeah. Kudos to all the DJs back in Nigeria. Jimmy Jad #1.
Shout out to Jimmy Jazz,
Shout out to
Baba.
Jimmy Jad. Shout out to Funky J. Shout out to DJ Waxy. Shout out to a whole lot of us back then. To be honest with you, like including myself, because I mean, without having to put music out, it's not like it is right now that we have social media to enhance
Yeah,
personal push up
yeah,
that they achieve today. It was only one platform then. It's either you're on radio or parties where DJ will play your music,
yeah.
or television.
Mm.
Those are just the three basic channels then. So you can imagine how much works has been put into what they're enjoying today. It's like you taking the work of Quincy Jones, Teddy Riley, and the rest of them. How much works they've done back then until now that you can sit down in your house and produce music.
Yeah.
So, massive, massive, regards to all of these DJs from way back and still making it till now.
But talking about way back, you are one DJ that I really respect so much, and I've been listening to you
Thank
way
you
back.
so much.
Like I said,
Appreciate
from
that.
JSS3,
I appreciate that.
I've been listening to your mixes, your scratches, and everything from the
Appreciate
era
that.
of Ray Power.
Yeah.
What is the journey like? The consistency is still there till now.
If you're born to do something, if you're gifted to do something, unlike now that most times money can just do it for you, it is a passion, it's a gift, it's a talent. It's completely different.
Yeah.
So, and at the same time, when you're not lazy, means the consistency is there,
Yeah.
and which still makes you relevant.
Yeah.
With whatever times brings along.
Yeah.
And this is why.
I really appreciate that a lot. But the thing
Thank
now,
you.
because that's one of the reasons why I actually decided that I'm gonna actually go back to the OGs.
Yeah.
Because I know there are so many vital information you people have got that we don't know anything about. We just came to the game in the middle where things are getting rosy already, and
I give much respect to anyone that feels okay. You know what? Let me really know a bit of the source of how we arrived here. Whereas I've worked with so many of the new generations that like they just thought, okay, you know what? Because yes, technology made it easier for them. Fuck the people that so sorry for the words. They don't think they should give regards to those that's been before, where they find themselves now.
Yeah.
Whereas this is still what makes us different. Because why? The respect is there. We have the real talents. We're not just, privileged to use, technology to be where we are today.
Yeah.
That still makes, a huge difference, the gap which they cannot fill up.
But the thing is, these days I feel most of the people who are actually doing entertainment these days are not really doing it for the passion anymore.
That's the thing. That's the change. So we just have to embrace
Because
it.
I'm sure those days when you guys were actually doing this thing, you weren't looking at the money or probably the income coming from it.
Well, with most of the people from way back, we did it with passion. And this is why, like I will still repeat it, what makes us relevant. If you look at the type of the music that they're making now, it's not something that can be played back some years to come. They only just rain for a couple of months, they people get fed up. But whereas we still play music from the 90s, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's not
Yeah.
even go to the Afrobeat or sorry, to hip hop and soul that
Yeah.
were predominant back then. At least now Afrobeat is reigning.
Yeah.
But you cannot sidetrack the music that we made back then. You can still listen to Tony Tetula, You Don't Hit My Car Till Today,
Yeah.
Two Faces music,
Yeah.
the Bunch music, More Hits music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas, I don't want to mention names.
But the
By the
thing is, I
time
think,
you play their music, every 3 months is gone. It's
yeah,
expired. Not
yeah.
coming back to it.
Let's come back to the UK now, because I'm actually being curious about how Afrobeat actually grew up in the UK. I'm sure those days when you were in the UK playing Afrobeat, it wasn't widely accepted like it was now.
Yes. Um, I am glad, and you're my living witness to this. Before we started Club Swagger back in Finland, I haven't
Yeah,
even met you,
no.
but I happened to be the very first person to play Afrobeat in
In Club Swagger,
freaking
right, in Finland.
Finland.
Wow, wow, wow,
And
wow.
it was amazing because it was still R&B and hip hop that was, that was raining, that was, that everybody was listening to, but having to blend it, they didn't even know what came in. They was just dancing like, okay, this sound different, and that was it.
What was that?
So
Was that organized by AE, right?
yes,
Oh, shout out
by
to AE, shout
yeah,
out to AE, shout out to
shout out to
AE, right?
AE and Joy. So they make Club Swagger, and that spread through Europe
Mm,
before every other people start to bring, Afrobeat into the other parts of Europe and all that stuff.
well,
And I did that for consistently for 3 years.
so you've been
Every
you came to
month.
Finland every month for
Every month
three
for three
years.
years.
Wow, wow, wow,
I really give it to those guys. I'm not saying this behind them. That's a huge respect. They'll
wow.
fly me from London every month, and that went for 3 years. It could have even continued, but after the third year,
Mm,
I relocated to Nigeria
yeah.
to, help manage a radio station, and you know, they couldn't really, get the follow up
Mm,
of the flavor and the energy that they've been able to, you know, build for the shows. But I am glad that anyone from that part of the world till today will remember there was, something. So coming back to UK Afrobeat back then now, and how we're able to, like, manage it up. We were still listening to most of the ones coming from Nigeria.
what year were you talking? Are you talking about? Is it
We're
in the
talking of
90s, late
90s,
90s, early 90s?
late 90s, because I left Nigeria to UK 96.
Okay.
So 97, 96, that was when, like, Plantation Boys,
Yeah,
Two Face, the rest of them, Tony Tetula and all that, were, like, springing up
yeah.
in Nigeria.
Mm,
And then the face started to change a little bit, like, okay, 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 okay. So I'm still, like, representing, getting music
yeah,
from Nigeria to play
yeah,
at parties and clubs.
yeah.
So until when the UK kind of click, wanted to create their own kind of Afrobeat
Afrobeat.
in order to merge with that of Nigeria
Mm,
and spread it across Europe. So
okay.
shout outs to, the likes of JJC, Smokey,
Mm,
Paul Play, AY, Magnum, Shade Blue, a whole lot of them.
mm,
I can't even remember. But, these are the guys that were, like, making it happen in London as well to, contribute more with that of the Nigerian ones. The Banch and Don Jazzy used to be here
yeah.
before they went to Nigeria to make it big as well.
Mm,
So
mm,
they were
mm,
still
mm,
part of this clique. I'm talking about.
yeah.
So yeah, that's how it all started.
But I really want to get something right now.
Yeah,
Talking about those days in 2000 was 2006,
2000. Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
2006. When is there anything like Afrobeat club? Did you have a specific club for
No
Afrobeat then?
way. No way, none.
But was it allowed to play in clubs?
Yes, and I'm glad that I'm one of those ones that pioneered it as well. So, you know, and then gradually it starts to spread and expands and all that. So, but there was no particular club like it is now that like, oh, you have quite a lot of, lounges and everything.
Mm,
Even
mm,
the
mm,
proper
mm.
club cannot do
Yeah,
without
yeah,
playing
yeah, yeah.
Afrobeats.
But
But back then, it was strictly dancehall, hip hop, R&B, and then you still manage to play, a bit of,
the promoters
Afrobeats.
allow Afrobeat
Oh, of course, yes.
because in Finland,
It's a
in
different
in
ball game.
I think I got to Finland. I
Yeah.
got to Finland 2006, 2005.
Okay. That was
Those
before my
days you
time.
can never
Nope.
hear
Nope.
Afrobeat in Finland.
Nope.
Never.
Nope. So the likes of he with Club
They
Swagger,
they did a lot. They did a lot.
so
Yeah,
they
yeah,
had
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
rent.
They did a
They,
lot.
in fact, before they were given the chance to have a venue,
Yeah.
he was a hell of a he was a hell of works.
Wow.
But they managed to pull it through. They didn't want to give them venue because they weren't expecting anything positive like blacks to come and get a
Yeah,
night.
yeah, yeah.
But it was awesome because the amount of white people that came to you know have fun and join the train was outstanding.
It was even surprising the way the
They
Finnish
accepted
girls,
it.
the Finnish guys
Yes, that's what I'm
also joined
saying.
the crowd,
The
they joined the
crowd.
party, and
Yes.
everything was just spreading
Yes.
and spreading because
Spreading and
because
spreading.
as we are talking now
Mm-hmm.
in Finland,
Mm-hmm.
we've got almost 3 stable Afrobeat
Outlets.
like clubs, real
Yeah.
Afrobeat clubs,
Yeah.
just Afrobeat.
Afrobeats.
In fact, we have a club right now
Mm.
that is just Afrobeat club.
Yeah.
Nothing else is played
That's
there,
it.
just Afrobeat.
That's it.
So that's the evolution we're talking about. Like
Yes.
things are just evolving from time to
To
time to
time to
time to
time
time, and
and
the reason why actually I'm asking this question is that all this, I don't know what I should call them now, Gen Z or what do they call them? Really, the Gen Zs now, they
yes.
don't know where all these things is coming from.
Um.
Most of them don't even know how what people that people have actually struggled to get
Well.
this thing to that stage.
Well. Some parts I will blame technology for it, and I'll still say okay. Another part to give credit to the technology, and it is what it is. It's sad, but it's the changes that we're going through. We know very well that it's the way they want to accept things. It's different from the way we grew up to respect elders and learn from the people before us and stuff like that. They don't have that privilege because
Yeah.
why? Technology make things so easy for them. They source for information.
Yeah.
You can imagine back then, like when you're time you're talking about, I'll have shows on my radio in Lagos. I'll have to travel the way from Ibadan to Lagos to present my show because I have to be in Ibadan early in the morning to go and source for music from
Were
Pictures
you living in
Records.
Lagos then?
Yes.
Okay. So you were living in Lagos, but you were working in Ibadan.
No. I live in Lagos, work in Lagos, but we'll have to travel to Ibadan to source for new collection of records
Oh, really?
because the studio that brings most of the you know um pre-released records, the studio is called Pictures
In Ibadan.
in Ibadan, Agbo Shopping Complex. I'll
Wow.
have to go do some recordings before going to Lagos to play it on radio.
What year
That's
was that?
This was like 90 90 between 93 to 95. I was
Wow.
doing that.
See what I'm talking about?
Okay. So
93 to 95.
yeah, because I left Nigeria in 96.
Wow.
So I started my career in broadcasting in 1990 with OGBC. I was there for 3 years as
1990.
yeah, as a pioneer member. And when Ray Power went to start 93, that's when I moved to Lagos.
Mm.
So it's not as if there is no recording studio back in Lagos, but there's this specific one in Ibadan that like the owner lives in America
Yeah.
and constantly sending music. So I'm like the face of Plictus representing, you understand,
Yeah.
the recording studio back then. So I have to go like twice in a week. Whereas I want to make sure I debut the records that is only just sending
Yeah.
like a day before my show.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have to
Yeah. Yeah.
be, you know how hard it is
I
back
can
then.
imagine how stressful that can be.
Exactly.
You know.
So this are the stuff that like they are enjoying now
Hmm.
at the tip of their fingers by just tapping
From the
on from
internet
the
and
internet
everything.
and then
Yeah.
they're
You
getting it.
get it.
No, it's strictly records or cassettes or CDs. CDs was springing up then.
Hmm.
Well, you have to be ahead of the game for you to have a CD player or something like that back then. So
Like I said,
you
I
understand.
used to put my cassette on a
So
record when you are scratching on
you
Ray
know on,
Power
on
then, you
radio
know.
then. So these are the struggles that we had to go through, whereas it is nothing to them, and this is why they don't give any regards or willing to know where it all started from.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So that's the little issue there now.
But the thing is, when it comes to an OG like you who has been in the game like forever,
Yeah.
and still you're still here, still doing the club
To
thing,
God be the
the
glory.
consistency has been there. You
to,
never
g- to
dropped.
God be the
What is the
glory.
secret, bro? What's the
Um,
secret?
the secret is the fact that we are born to be who we are. It's different from, oh, because I have money, I can just buy my phone, buy my laptop, and then start doing what I. No,
Mm,
it's inborn.
mm.
It's a gift. It's a talent. I'm not just doing it because, yeah, let me be able to enter the club and then, yes, all the girls will be hailing me. And nah, we're doing it from the inside.
Mm.
And because we're not lazy, makes the difference. Make, you know, make me to be who I am today. That's all I can say.
And that's why you are one of the DJs I really respect so
I
much
respect you too,
because
brother. Thank you
because
so
every
much.
everything you've been doing has been like I learned a lot of things from you.
I'm glad. Thank
Number
you so
one
much.
thing that I actually learned from you is branding.
Thank you
I
so
like the
much.
way you actually branded yourself.
Thank you so
Like I
much.
remember there was a time, the first time I actually saw your branding thing. There was this music video that you
Yeah.
always do. Then I don't know if do you still do it, the
As
music
as
mix.
up to now, okay, fine, fair enough. This I have to share with you again. I am the very first person to play video mix live, not pre-recorded, live at a show. Finland, we're playing. Whatever I'm playing is what they're watching on the big screens around the whole venue.
Wow,
And this is what makes me different. This is still what I do, no matter what. Even if your music doesn't have a video, I create a video for it, my own self. And
wow.
a match, it's not like or something different that you wouldn't even know like, oh, I had the song, the video is not out yet, but where did it get from? So, these are the uniqueness that you have to, create to make yourself different from others. So I'm not just playing music, I'm a DJ. I'm not just a DJ.
Shy Shy is a VDJ, bro.
Shout.
Bro, respect, bro.
Thank
Respect,
you.
respect.
Thank
But the
you.
thing is, like I said, I learned this branding thing from you, which
Yeah,
really took me like it catapulted me from where I am to a very bigger place
I'm
when I
glad.
started branding myself as a
I'm,
DJ.
I'm glad.
Because those days when your video comes up,
Yeah,
the
the
logo
logo
comes
on the
up
side.
like Shy Shy Shyllon, and
Yes.
I started thinking like, wow. In fact, only the logo actually is very catching
Thank you.
before you start even watching the videos.
Thank
And
you.
since then, I've started thinking. Then I started, okay, this is branding. I
Yeah.
think this is going to take
Thank you.
meet places. So I started branding myself, and that's one thing I actually learned from you.
Thank you.
You
Thank
know,
you so much. I
because
appreciate that.
it's crazy when you brand yourself. Some people don't know till
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
that you need to brand yourself. You need to make yourself distinct out of
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
You know.
Um, right about now, with what you're saying, it's so easy because yeah, you do a lot of things that you put online now.
Mm,
So except if the person is lazy,
yeah,
except you're
yeah,
not willing to
yeah,
learn.
yeah,
Unlike the way you manage to
mm,
tap that
yeah,
bit of
mm,
advantage from me.
yeah.
It's not like, oh, now you're just gonna on your computer and you can just see there's so much to learn. So I think a lot of them are now doing that by just sourcing for information and getting much more to enhance whatever they plan to do. We
Mm,
don't have that privilege. We just have to create it. You just have to be continuously creative in what you do. We don't have the privilege of okay, I want to do this, type it in, and then information. No, you just have to do it manually. It's awesome. That's why I said one part of me will give so much credit to technology, whereas the other side, destroyed a whole lot of things that meant to, be the happy side of
mm,
what we do. That will, give much respect and much, relevance to the way it is now.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I really have to share this story. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine
yeah,
sometimes last week, and I was telling him how you could improve yourself even if you've been a DJ for like 10 years,
yeah.
how you could improve yourself by just going on the turntable and just doing some practice. And he looked at me and it was like,
What you
what would
saying?
I need to practice for? I just need to go to the club,
And
open
then
my
that's
laptop
it.
and play.
And
And I'm
play it.
like,
Yeah.
no.
Okay. Just to add to that, a girl approached me. Oh, I want to be a DJ. What does it take to be a DJ? I said it takes nothing. He said I've got my laptop. I said really?
Oh, really?
Okay. Let me clear your mind. To be a DJ means you have to have something you need to practice to be
Mm,
practicing with. It's like you learning how to drive.
exactly.
If you like, let somebody take you now on the road and you need a banger that whatever the person, you know, taught you
Mm,
means you have to hold on to your own car as well
yeah.
with somebody sitting next to you and
Mm,
practice
mm,
until it comes
mm,
again to teach you,
yeah.
except if it's your brother or
Yeah.
whoever
Yeah.
that lives
Yeah.
closer to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
But still, you need to be behind the wheels
Yeah.
to practice whatever the person is telling you to do.
Exactly.
As a DJ, it's like that.
Mm,
You need to buy gear. You need
mm,
to buy records. You
mm,
need to say, really? I say,
mm.
oh, okay. Bring your laptop and then you start DJing.
Yeah.
Said, oh,
Yeah.
I've got speakers at home. I said, really? What speakers? I said, my Bluetooth speaker.
These days,
Really?
they just think,
Okay.
and the funniest thing is that even if you ask some people, they just tell you DJing is no job. That you're just playing music. And I looked at them like, you think you're just playing music?
Yeah.
They fail to realize DJs give concentration. They have to concentrate on what they're actually
It's
playing. They
the
have
tech.
to read their
It's
crowd. They
it's
have to
the
read their
it's the
sound, read
technology.
everything.
It's the
I don't
technology.
understand.
The other day I was discussing with my good friend Tim Westwood. Shout out to Tim Westwood.
Shout out to Westwood.
So he sent somebody to go cover up for a party, and it happens to be that there's some kids at the party, and this DJ was playing this crazy song by Kia. Where your ladies clapping, da.
Yeah,
Where the kids are, you're not even playing the clean version.
exactly.
So
See,
they had to call him like, "What the hell did you send to come and play?"
yeah. Some
So
DJs don't read their crowd. No, they don't.
so all of these things are so easy for them because they just think, okay, you know what, let me just tap on the internet, get my collections of tracks, and oh yeah, this is what is reading, this is what is reading. They don't even source for you know music beyond what everybody is listening to. when I play stuff and then I see all the DJs comment, oh, that sounds nice.
Mm.
I love my warm up much more than pleasing the crowd, because when it
Yeah.
comes to pleasing the crowd, it's just playing what they already
What
know.
yeah,
No,
exactly.
that's not me.
Mm.
I like to introduce new songs. I like to play rare songs that sometimes that's the only record that that artist will ever produce in his or her life.
Mm.
You
Mm.
will not get any other track from the person again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those are kind of things that differentiate you from the rest, but you need someone of the same IQ with you to understand that sort of level. And this is why we're still relevant today, because from where we started from, it's all about quality,
Yeah.
not quantity. That's
Yeah.
they're doing now. Like
Yeah.
you just sit down in your house, do records, put it there, put a couple of girls, put it on TikTok. Oh, da 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 da. No, that's it.
Mm.
And to
Mm.
make the matter worse, the way they speed up songs now and make it sound like chipmunks
Tempo.
and all that
Oh
crap.
my
So
god. I listen to some mixtapes and the tempo is crazy.
no.
And I'm like, how do people dance to this actually now?
Yeah, because a lot of stuff is attached to the way music is produced now. A lot of people don't just listen when they're normal. They listen under influence,
Alcohol,
drugs,
drugs.
and just shaking ass so fast, and
Mm.
they think that's what it's all about.
Mm.
Whereas the person that made the music with a particular tempo knows
Yeah.
what he wants to achieve
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
that particular record.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
one that pisses me off much more are those ones doing remixes. Back
Remixes,
in the
yeah.
day, remixes supposed to be uh, an extreme better version of the original song,
Okay.
but now they they moderate. Let me put it that way.
Mm.
Back then, we'll have like 7 different remixes versions and stuff like that. But right about now, it's the same original stuff, just because somebody else is jumping on the second verse.
Yeah.
They call
It's
it a
not a
remix.
remix. Yeah. Yeah.
And now somebody in his own living room, because it's high, would think, oh, it's too slow.
Okay.
Then fast the tempo, increase the
And that's
tempo
a
too.
remix for him. But now DJ Shy Shy. Let's come back to Europe now.
Cool.
Another thing I always question, big, very big and very important question I always ask OGs like you, like, how have you been supporting even the artists we have here in Europe?
Well, there is nothing than helping each other to grow. Even if the other person doesn't appreciate what you've done, well, you've done your part. So definitely the payback might not be from him, but somebody else that will appreciate what you've done for him or her. So mine, I can only speak for myself. I don't know about other people. No matter how much you give me, if your song is crap, I'm not playing it.
Hmm.
I'm not helping. Whereas if your song is good, I don't need a dime from you. I'm helping to spread the word, to spread the love, to spread your efforts. So if you think you want to remember, you know, the help that I've done, it's up to you. I don't need it.
This is something I used to tell the artists in Europe these days. Like, why don't you just make good quality song? Then the DJs can play. You don't need to even beg the DJs to play.
You
Once
don't
they
need
hear
to.
it, it's good. They
If
will
it's
play.
good, if it's good,
Because
that's it.
for me, I think they are actually struggling. Don't know these days. I think they're actually making good songs these days
Oh, it's
in
much
Europe.
better now.
Yeah, they are
It's much
making
better.
very good songs now.
The most important thing is with the ones here, which is the fact they have everything within their surroundings.
Mm,
There's constant light. There's everything good, equipment to work with.
yeah.
So very, very rare
Mm,
among them
yeah.
that that is blessed to really have the rhythm in their head.
Okay.
Whereas back in Africa, they're hungry. So
Those guys are hungry,
they're
man.
hungry, so they put too much
Mm,
into making
mm,
the music to sound the way it sounds. So there's this massive difference when you listen to a production from Europe
Yeah.
compared to that
I
of.
almost asked that question. Why is it different?
It will forever be different because you you're at the school now. You school outside. And there's constant light.
There's
This,
con-
this is just chilling.
You're comfortable. You're in the
You
comfort
that's
zone doing
you
everything. So you
but
think
over there,
there's no stress. There's no stress. I can
over
do things
them,
my
by
own
the
way.
time you think of petrol money, the generator,
Baba, this
the
one must
microphone,
blow. It must blow.
the rhythm is going to be different.
Hmm.
So that's it. But some of the producers here, they're privileged to be gifted with good hair listening and creating quality sounds as well. So yeah.
But bro, I have to tell you, like these days, so there are some, I know some artists actually in Europe these days that do very good and quality music
Of course, yes.
these days.
Of course, yes.
But
It's different now because why? You can easily send files to those back at home. Oh, let me listen to this.
Yeah.
Oh, there's this plugins that I
Yeah,
want. There's
yeah.
this particular sound of
Yeah.
instrumental that I want or instruments that I want.
Yeah.
They share.
Yeah.
Unlike back then, it's hard.
Yeah.
There's not much of um, powerful internet to send files through to each other, whereas it's on the fly right now.
Yeah.
So that makes it a little bit easier to make the kind of quality sounds that you get now compared to some years back. So it's different now. If you go online now, there's so many free samples.
Yeah.
And they listen to the ones from back home that we're talking about,
Yeah.
to improvise on
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
and make their own. So the exchange is right there now. It's the free flow of exchange of files and instruments and ideas is there right now.
But the thing now is like, why do you think the European artists are now struggling if they've got everything within their reach? They've got the equipment to play around with. They've got good environment. It's not that the light is going. They don't have to buy petrol, but they're still struggling.
To that, the energy and the vibe is different in the sense that you have to work to survive in abroad. Whereas back home, you can conveniently sit down and say, oh, bros, give me this now, and so by the time you've done your either 9 to 5 or whatever that you're doing,
Yeah,
come back home,
you're tired.
Your bill is waiting on the other side.
Exactly.
You understand? So, and the market is not coming constantly, unlike the people at home struggling to break through.
Yeah.
The only survival avenue for them is true entertainment, true music.
Yeah. So they are putting their all in all.
All in all, you're constantly having people booking your studios.
Yeah.
So you're getting money.
Yeah. Yeah.
To help.
Yeah.
And when the person blow as well, that's it.
Yeah.
He or she will remember you.
Yeah.
But here,
yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's the fact that people don't want to listen to. If I build a studio now and then I'm waiting for somebody to come and rent my studio, and the person that's still coming to rent my studio still struggling to pay his bills at home.
Yeah. You're right.
And my studio is there rotten.
Yeah.
The idea, even no matter how much ideas I even have, is just gonna be frying up in my head because why? I'm not getting constant work. Whereas back home, they don't have any other means of surviving than through music, through entertainment. So the producers are constantly getting jobs, getting different ideas.
Is that why you think we are very more relaxed in this part?
Of course, yes, because see, I don't want to mention him. Even the one that is from a billionaire or whatever, struggling, still have to go home to make good music.
So what you're saying now is like before anyone in Europe can make good music, they have to first go home.
I'm not saying you have to first go home, but if you want to break through, means you have to mingle with those ones there that are making waves.
Hmm. So what you're saying that it's not possible for you to be in Europe and blow up in Europe.
It is possible because everybody's destiny is different. So I'm not
So it
going
depends
to.
on the destiny, innit?
You can, but if you really want to match up with the people that were celebrating from the onset
Yeah.
of Afrobeat, from the onset of this genre we're talking about right now,
Mm.
I'm taking your mind back and then put it back to the present time.
Mm. Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
the likes of when P Square started to come here,
Mm.
the band started to come here,
Yeah.
up to all this new generation, Omale or whatever,
Yeah.
Omale of yesterday or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
will come, and then the people of the abroad, we have to be opening shows for them.
Yeah.
They can go home to make a big show, like they come here to make big shows.
That's true. That's one of the things I've been thinking about. Like,
All right.
why is it like that? Like,
It is like that because why? The difference is there from both sides. We have a lot to do to live, even though yes, we have everything within our possessions,
yeah.
but we still you traveled all the way now
Mm. Yeah.
from where you are to come and meet me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once I leave here now, I'm still gonna go to my own business
Yeah.
work. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But they're more relaxed over there, so
You're
all
right.
they're doing is music.
You're right. You know, there was
I can't leave what is paying me money
Mm.
to spend money.
Yeah. But the thing is
So
that music pays money at a point.
it does. That's why I'm saying that, like, if you're blessed, if God says that's the blessed route for you, you don't have whatever you're blessed with, you don't have to struggle to survive in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's gifted. It's a gift. Either whatever you want to. If you, it's only if you're lazy. There's
Mm.
no living space for any lazy idiots.
Yeah.
Simple. So, but if that is your route to your own blessing, you're gonna sit down and think, "Oh, you've arrived." No, excuse me. How
Mm.
about the other people that are not making it? How about the other people on the same channel with you, and you know it's even hard where you made it from.
Yeah.
Tell me the ones that is a big A-list artist from here. I'm not talking of the Europe, Europe artist that is, within the white set of,
But
environment.
I want to believe.
Hold on, please.
Yeah.
Tell me the one that is this Afrobeat
Yeah.
that we're talking about.
Mm.
I don't want to deviate from the real
Yeah.
topic. The ones from that is doing Afrobeat
Mm.
that will match the ones that comes from Africa.
Well, for now we've not seen.
And before now, which one?
Before now we've not seen also.
Thank you.
But now I think it's high time those of us in Europe need to start addressing that thing. Like, why is it that we have to depend on them from Africa? Why can't we do our own thing? Like you said, in the UK, you guys started your own thing called Afro Pop, right?
Yeah.
And I noticed something in club in the UK. There are some certain music they listen to, for example, in London, that you can't listen to. You can't hear anywhere else in Europe. It's, to be honest, I've been to
And
clubs
to
in
say,
London
and
and they play a certain song and everybody start miming to it. D. And if you go to other places in Europe, you don't hear that song.
that's
And I'm
it.
like, who
That's
is this?
insane.
Who is this?
Okay. Respect when it comes to entertainment. We all know UK is the pride when it comes to it, much more of this sort of genre of music that we're even talking about.
Mm,
UK is still leading.
yeah, of course, in Europe.
Okay,
Yeah.
so respect, because why? Because of the diversity that we have in, and then bear in mind it's only 6 hours to Lagos. So I see the hot. Now we
Yeah.
they get
Then
that
they
for
catch
you.
them immediately, straight up.
And
Straight
then
up.
we have quite a lot of people coming in from Niger
Yeah.
to London than other parts of Europe.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're
So
right.
this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
this
yeah.
is the thing.
And it's easy access.
Okay.
Straight up.
And then to make the matter even more exciting is the fact that you can easily see a white person, a proper white person, speaking Igbo or speaking whatever, and she'll be like, "And by me."
You're
So
right.
which you won't get, you know,
Yeah, other in other places
yeah,
in
in
Europe.
other
Yeah.
places,
Yeah.
part of Europe.
Yeah.
So this is it. So this is why London is London, and that's why they're able to still manage to create a genre of their own that they call Afro pop.
But
So
who
that
are these artists that plays
where
that
where
sings
where
Afro?
we're talking of, like, the likes of J Horst, NSG, um,
These are
um,
London boys,
these
right?
are London boys.
Wow.
Malik Berry, a
But
whole lot of them.
Malik Berry don't blow. I used to know Malik Berry like over years now.
But at least
He's a London boy.
he's a London boy, and
Ah.
I mean, he made it through
Mm.
until now that he's
But
relaxed.
I know someone like Naira Marley also started from
From
Peckham.
Naira Marley, they're late. Things has already been happening. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
boss
yeah.
is already Afrobeat was already big before Naira Marley blew up.
Yeah, okay.
Do you
Yeah,
understand what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Come on.
So you are talking about those that actually were there when Afrobeat wasn't this big.
No, 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 no. I'm still saying there's still some people slightly before the newest generations that we're talking
The
about
Naira
now.
Marley generation.
Yeah, so Naira Marley comes really, you know, okay, let's leave that. Do you understand what I'm saying? But even though there's this genre of the Afro pop is in between the pop, the European pop
Yeah,
and Afrobeat.
Afrobeat. So it's like kind of infusion. They infused it.
Yes, so it
Uh,
sounds different. It's for these college boys,
okay.
newer generation.
Mm,
They're the
mm.
one that understands. Those are the ones that you listen to and you hear people screaming and you be
Exactly.
like, "Gbàmílẹ̀ tún yàtọ̀."
Where is this one coming from? Who is this?
Exactly.
I'm even the one as big as I am and as a DJ
You,
that I am. I always
if
like
you,
who sang this one?
yes, yes, yes. So now those guys, some of them can't blend to sing that kind of songs. So
Mm,
they created a different hip hop for themselves.
okay.
Again,
Yeah.
apart from, it all started from garage
Okay.
to grimes
Mm-hmm.
and then to drill.
Mm-hmm.
It's only within UK. It's only for the UK
But
newer generation.
but I want to believe there are other artists also from other Europe that have actually created something for themselves.
Of course, yes, that will
Because
forever be.
but
But we can't make reference to that
yeah,
when there are some other bigger ones that everybody knows about.
exactly. Yeah, you're right.
So, and because, okay, now if I happens to travel home
Mm,
and then there's a lot of people, a lot of people, especially Nigerians, making a lot of things happen. And then fine, now we have, other parts of Africans that travel as much as, Nigerians do, but still not as big as Nigerians the way
mm.
we traveled. But whatever bus we create is going to
It's
just,
blowing up. It's
that's
immediately.
just
That's
it.
Nigeria for you. It's
So
blowing up.
you some of these drill artists, some of them are Ghanaians, some of them are Somalians or whatsoever,
That
but
sing the
British.
Afro pop.
Yeah, that sings drill. Now
Okay.
drill, like, let me call it British hip hop.
Okay.
Okay, so, and they have lots of other African friends
Okay. Yeah.
that now helps them to
To
pass
blend it up.
message across to these other parts of
Other
these new
parts of
kids,
Europe.
like
Okay,
this
yeah.
is what we listen to.
Mm,
So, but it's within this younger generation,
yeah.
you cannot understand what
I,
what they're
I I
saying.
totally don't understand
Okay,
that.
so thank God, if not the fact that, if not the fact that I'm still
You are still relevant. That's the
constant with the
that's the
closing
secret.
and allowing their own sort of generation, I will not. It's only my own children that understand that
Mm,
kind of music.
yeah,
It's not something I can play within my own set of people.
yeah.
They will not understand it.
Okay.
There is no way you want to vibe to it,
Mm.
but they understand it. You see them screaming their lungs out and everything.
Bro, it was
Okay,
crazy.
yes,
It
and
was
it's
crazy.
big. Funny enough, it is massive.
I know.
Because why they're able to cut across, they created that for their own self. Like, okay,
Yeah.
let's leave all these OGs aside. Let's leave their whatever. They're the one that understand their
But do they do
Afrobeats.
shows?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
They do most of the summer times and um what's it called? TV shows,
Yeah.
concerts and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
they match them with some of the American ones that comes around,
Ah, okay.
you know, to create summer festivals and stuff like that
Yeah.
in the park and everything. That's it's only once in a while now they'll bring artists of the likes of Whiskey or
Yeah.
Davido
Yeah.
to come
Yeah.
and just perform in between.
That's
And then
exactly what we're talking about. We need
yeah,
to promote our own thing.
but we do. We
But the
do.
thing,
If we don't, Afrobeat won't be what it is today.
what I'm
Forget
what I'm
if the
trying what
promotion
I'm
is
trying
not
to
there.
say is, if, for
Yeah.
example, if we're cooking up a show right now, I expect to have more of, like you said, we've got artists from London, which we actually breed up from London.
Mm-hmm.
I expect to see more of those artists on stage than the A-list artists from Africa on stage, for example. When is that going to start happening?
It is not for me to say when it's going to happen or when it's going to start to happen, but
But why do you think the problem is? Why can't we do that? What is the problem? Why?
the
What is
problem
stopping
the
us?
problem is the number of population to start with. You cannot
Okay.
compare the number of population of Nigeria to that of here, and the much of restrictions that we have here in putting
Mm,
up a shows compared to the way they're doing it back home.
yeah, you're right.
Back to back shows are going, lots of sponsors and stuff like that. We don't
Yeah,
get that
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
And it still boils down to the fact that you have your other job.
Mm.
It's just the passion that you have for music
Oh,
that
yeah.
you're, using on the side to create,
Mm.
what you want. But over there, the entertainment is it's on the high rise.
Yeah.
It's number one up to schools and stuff like that. We
Mm.
don't have that here. We don't have that privilege here.
Hmm.
So the real truth needs to be
To be
to be
told, yeah.
addressed. Yes.
You're right. You're right. This is what we're talking about. We cannot get all this exclusive information only from the OGs. That's where we can get it. We don't know it. You
Well,
people have seen it all, how it grew from the scratch to where it
yes,
is right now. So
yeah,
that's why we need to get all this information. We need to extract them from you so that we
yeah.
could understand how
They
this evolution actually.
yeah, develops and spread. So the sort of pressure that we have here is not of the ones they have over there. And let's even be grateful that at least they're able to give us the chance now,
Mm,
and it's well accepted now. Do you understand? Because back then that they didn't accept it, what can we do?
yeah,
Nothing.
right. Mm,
It's our own thing.
yeah.
But we cannot lie to ourselves that you know we traveled from somewhere to be here.
Mm, mm,
It's
you're
the
right.
honest truth. So they will struggle, if not the fact that we are the type that accepts people.
Yeah,
We're not meant to be listening to their own kind of music as well.
yeah, yeah,
But here we are, we listen to everything.
yeah.
But they're the one that's got issue listening to our own kind of music until now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They've they even got no choice than to listen to Afrobeat now
You
because
understand?
this it's
So,
overwhelming everything right now.
so right now, and it's simply because why? Same thing that we're saying. Most of the creativity that were put into R&B and hip hop back then is not what those kids are, reproducing now.
Yeah.
It has changed.
You're right.
Even if you were to sing gangster music back then, you're still gonna like it because of the kind of beats that's gonna back the lyrics up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
rather by now the lyrics is on this side
And the
the
beat
beat on this side. And you start to think,
yeah,
excuse
you're
me,
right. You're
you
right.
understand what I'm saying? So that dropped their rates. So they don't have any other choice than to listen to Afrobeat.
Okay.
And because we kept on improving,
yeah,
look at it now. We're able to now balance our hip hop, R&B, and soul with African rhythm. That's Afrobeats for you.
Wow.
So you can you must be an alien to listen to it and not vibes to it. That means you don't know anything. I give credit to those guys. They made me proud. You understand what I'm saying? So I mean,
no, the funniest thing now is like there's no club you're gonna walk into. Not only in UK now. I'm talking about in the whole world
yeah,
now.
the world, yes.
There's no club you're gonna walk into
Yeah.
and you will not hear at least 2,
One
3,
or
4,
two,
5
yeah. Even if
Afrobeats being played.
even if it's the mainstream,
Yes.
yeah, you have to play it. You just have to play it.
In fact,
Because why?
sometimes I always go to some pop.
Nothing new
Normal
is coming.
pop.
Nothing new is coming out of the Arab. They just killed it because yes, they used to be so massively big and
Yeah.
nice back in the days.
Yeah.
The lyrics is there, even if you're not um um being moved by the beats.
Yeah.
You get along with the lyrics. But rather by now, if I'm my sing is about, oh, let me smoke weed and put something in your private part and excuse me, oh, I'll stab your heart and then chuck you the gun.
That's all the song singing
Talk
about
about.
now. And still you see them jumping.
Well, because it's their own time. By the time they grow out of it, at one point they're gonna grow out of it because by the time they start having kids as well, they wouldn't want their kids to listen to that kind of music.
You're right.
So this is where a little bit of the matured ones start to now listen to African music because we don't really talk about all those things.
Yeah.
And then to make the matter sweeter and exciting, the rhythm takes you. So it's not just on the fast tempos ones.
Yeah.
We still have mellow ones. We still have the ones that sounds like reggaeton.
Yeah.
We still have the ones that sounds like blues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we're just blessed that way to combine everything all together.
Yeah.
And put it into Afrobeat. So
sounds
that's
great.
the advantage we have.
Yeah, I won't really let you go until you tell me this. Who are your favorite Europe artists for now? No, I know you're a London boy. I'm not talking about London now. We are taking London out of this now.
I'm even struggling to know any particular. No, I'm saying this respectively, please. I'm struggling to know any Afrobeat artist from
Europe. Why is that?
I'm struggling. Tell me one. At least you're more conversant.
Okay, I can still mention at least. I can mention someone like Big Ross doing good music.
I never had a Big Ross.
Never had. Ashley is doing good music.
Thank you for telling me. So I'll have to. No, you can't know it all. That's the thing. All right, and this is why sharing ideas is so really good. So at least now I know I'll go and source for the music and then
that's good
but
because I
the
just
thing
felt
is these ones that you mentioned here, respectively, if I play it, I don't know if you're not the type that really knows music.
Yeah.
You won't be able to say it's good. But then if I'm there to entertain people, they paid to come out to enjoy themselves. They want to listen to
definitely
something that they already know that will ginger them.
Definitely.
If they're in their car or at home or whatever, they can listen to any other ones that they've never heard
And
before.
I think what you just mentioned now takes me a little bit back to our own EU Afrobeat artists. They really need to do more in reaching out.
Well,
what do you think?
I think they're trying their best. Of course, yes, they're trying their best, and it's not easy because if you're not making enough, and then you're not getting the support that you needed to expand, you're restricted. Okay, it's another thing to make music, but the major work is in the promotion of the music. So when you don't get support, and promotions is capital intensive.
Wow, you're right.
So if you don't get that support that you need to reach out, how do you want to be known? But at least it's well okay now. People are using, social media platforms to really, spread without a cost.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's one thing about music. You still need to get in touch with some certain, corners.
Well, I just felt they need to for me, because Europe is quite big,
Of course,
and
yes.
I want to believe everybody is king in its own city.
Of course,
For
yes.
example, if you go to somewhere like I mentioned, Ashlo,
Yeah,
he's from Italy.
yeah,
He's well known in Italy.
which is
But if you
fine.
go to somewhere like Poland and ask them, have you listened to Ashlo? They'll say no.
Exactly.
So I think it's more job
You
for us to
understand?
at least let's reach out
So, I
outside.
mean,
It's just a kind of risk.
it's not just the risk, but the capital to back it up, because you need. It's not just about the fact that, oh, okay, I've got a track, and then I'm gonna put it on social media. Helps a whole lot. I'm not going to rule that out, a whole lot. But to still create that buzz means you need extra work, in the sense that the corner cut to this now is, oh, all right, I'm doing giveaway, da 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 da, play, do challenge, whatever, da 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 da. I'm gonna give you this price. I'm gonna give you this amount.
Yeah.
That's the catchy way now to spread.
Yeah.
Unlike before, you have to carry your songs to different DJs, different radio stations, whereas you can just sit there now and say, okay,
Upload
this
and
is this
it's
is how
done.
much I'm gonna budget, for these promotions. But that is just that limitation to that.
Yeah.
You need a video,
Mm.
and you know how much it costs to shoot a good video.
Yeah, you're
So,
right.
and then it's not just you shooting the video, you need to spread it out across the platforms.
Right.
So this is the only way they can get to break through into other countries, as well as getting well known like these other people that we're talking about.
Wow. Wow. That's cool. But anyways, it's really a pleasure having you on this
I'm
platform,
so
DJ Shy
honored,
Shy. In
brother.
fact,
Thank you so
I
much.
really appreciate
This is really
your
cozy.
time giving me. I know your schedule is quite tight,
Yes,
but for
brother.
you
But
to give me this time to be on this platform, I really
anything for my
appreciate
brother.
this.
Anything
And
for a Janla.
DJ Shy Shy Shyllon, man, this is the OG. This is the people we're talking about when it comes
Thank
to
you.
Europe.
Thank
We
you.
cannot talk about Afrobeat and not mentioning people like you.
Thank you so
That
much. I
you've been
appreciate
the
it.
pioneers, the people that have actually nursed us to this stage where we are in Afrobeat. Bro,
I'm
thank you so
personally
much. We
honored.
really
Thank you.
appreciate this,
Thank
bro.
you very much.
Thank you everybody for watching. We've done almost an hour now. We're talking with the legend DJ Shy Shy Shyllon. I'm sure most of you know DJ Shy Shy Shyllon. Trust me, it's been
If
an
you don't
honor.
know me, now you know me. Get to know me. All right.
All right. Thank you everybody for watching, and meet you on the next episode. We're gonna see you later. I still remain your main host, DJ Big Fish, Ejala One of Europe. See you guys later. Bye.